So we're going to create a slightly more complicated animation. We've done a simple tween. Now we're going to look at a motion path. So we're going to start straight off with creating a new flash file, top option under create new. And what I want to do is to find a picture that I've got from the web. So I've done a search for bees. I'm going to copy that picture, go back to Flash, paste that picture in, and use the scale tool, the one underneath the black selection arrow, and hold shift to keep it in proportion, reduce it down to the size I want, back to the selection arrow, move it to where I want it to start. So instead of kind of following straight lines, moving and creating that tween, which is easy, I want it to follow a more complicated path. So what I'm going to do, go back to that starting position, and I'm going to think first about how long this is going to take. I think 3 seconds at 24 frames a second. 3 times 24 is 72, so I'm going to go to frame 72 and insert a keyframe there. So now we've got this big grey rectangle, and now I'm going to create a motion guide layer. So I'm going to right click on layer 1 on the word and add classic motion guide, and we get this layer on top. And what I need to do is to select that first empty keyframe, that white circle, and then we're going to use the pencil tool to draw a path. So I'm going to start where the bee is and just draw some crazy winding path so that he's going to end up in the top right corner. And what you'll see is that it's immediately made that kind of duration the same length, so we haven't had to do anything to put new frames in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the B layer, select that last frame, choose the selection arrow, and move him right to the end of that motion path. And you see the kind of circle, the rotation point is grabbing onto that motion path. And now when I drag it back and forth, well, nothing happens yet. But if I right click on the B layer, or anywhere on that grey rectangle, and create classic tween, now it's going to follow the path of that thing. So if I hit enter, the bee follows the path of that thing. And if I select any point on that tween, the other thing I can do is I can choose orient to path, and now the bee actually turns along with that kind of thing as well. So there you go, that's making an object follow a motion path. If I hit Control and Enter, you can see that movie tested nicely.